turn around and sail back to wherever you came from. This dock is reserved for the Imperial envoy. And she's late. Probably died at sea. Good riddance. What?
Nice.
Forgive me, envoy. I meant nothing by it. A slip of the tongue. Can we start over? Name's Cynric, captain of the local militia. We're a scrappy bunch, but we know our way around Paradis. Unlike most Aedyrans who couldn't find their ass with both their hands. Oh, present company excluded. They told me you were godlike, but I didn't know what to expect. Your face, it's so...
You're doing great.
Forgive me, again. We're having a bit of an emergency. No doubt you've come for the Aedyran ambassador, but he's gone, along with our claviger. I'm sorry, envoy, but no one's here to receive it.
Nonsense. There's a small army of pickpockets, smugglers, and scoundrels between those walls who'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Just ignore him. No, there's some kind of blight in the wilderness and rumors of plague. They went to investigate. Nature has a mind of its own in these parts. When the ecosystem changes, we ask ourselves how and why.
Leaderless and rudderless is the natural state of things in Paradis anyway. Keeps things interesting.
They traveled northwest to the Strangle Route, past the old Pargroon Wall.
You need to find the ambassador, and I need to find the claviger. How's about we partner up? See, Cynric, I knew someone would appreciate me for me.
Kai, before you go, I just hate to send the envoy out there. The wilderness is no place for a scholar. Make sure she comes back alive, or the steel garrote will have my head.
Better yours than mine.
The steel garrote are here as guests, helping Aedyrans like yourself keep the peace. Or so they say.
That's certainly what they'd like you to believe. Sounds like their reputation back home in Aedyr isn't any better than it is here.
Maybe it's better if you don't mention me at all. Speaking of the steel garrote, fair warning, their leader, Inquisitor Ludwine, is eager to greet you. Or possibly interrogate you. They say she fell in battle in the Deadfire, and death spat her back out.
Right behind you. We've got to find your ambassador and my claviger before something else does. I'll bet you're glad to be on dry land after that voyage. Pargrunen left these beacons all over the island. They're good for finding your way around.
Please, how hard is it to answer a question? I can't believe how rude everyone is around here. Only because they've been ignoring me. How hard could it be to find a watcher? That's a long way to walk. Oh well. The house is probably a loss by now. I'm clearly under some kind of curse. A band of Zorips invaded my house. What am I gonna do? Then take my house key. It's northwest of here. That cabin on the cliff all by itself. Gods know I can't go back. And there's nothing to steal either. The Zorips saw to that. Come back when you've dealt with them, and make sure you get their leader, too. I'm sorry, but I don't think they'll go quietly. You'll have to kill them. Thank you. That may not be worth much coming from a stranger, but I mean it.
I've come in search of lost treasures. Have you heard any rumors of such things in the area?
You know, for most people, getting sent to the Living Lands is a punishment. But, according to Cynric, you're the personal envoy of the Emperor of Aedyr himself. Quite a position. You must have gone through one of Aedyr's famous academies. I can't imagine you had time for much other than your studies, so tell me, is this your first time getting dirt under your fingernails? A word of advice, then. Practical application in the Living Lands usually involves a dagger, or bow, or baking mold, if that's all you have on hand. Don't ask. What I really want to know, since hard questions are your specialty, is why the Emperor would send his best scholar all the way to the Living Lands. Besides curiosity as to why a foreign scholar was sent to the frontier, I was in rough shape when I came to Paradis a few years back. Claviger Amond helped me get settled here. If he's gotten into trouble, the least I can do is help him out of it, especially if he's following up on rumors of the Dream Scourge. Not much. It's hard to separate fact from rumor. I've heard it changes people, makes them confused, disoriented, and eventually violent. No one seems to know exactly how it starts. I like your confidence, just be careful how you express it. Unfortunately, the presence of so many Aedyran troops and the rumored exploits of the Steel Garrote paladins supporting them is only making a tense situation worse. I think that's why the Claviger accompanied your ambassador. Don't get me wrong, we have had a welcome reprieve from the usual muggings and murders since your country folk started arriving en masse. But I don't know how long that'll last. We're talking about an island that has been largely settled by nomads, exiles, and dissidents. People who tend to be suspicious of authority. But what about you? What's your stake in things? Besides your orders, of course. Someone once told me you need more than a little crazy to last out here. I get the feeling you'll fit right in. I'll let you get some rest, but thanks for talking. It's good to be part of a squad again, even if it's just for a while. I'll be here if you need me. As long as I've got my feet facing you.
Build another palisade just like the last one. This one falls First get thee. Gelarde. I'd heard the godlike had come to Paradis.
Oh, hey, Sansa. Comes on a little strong, that's all. He doesn't bite.
But to meet you, what an honor. Who is your patron? Were you drawn to this place? Ho ho! So you are familiar with my work. It's a pleasure to meet one as cultured as you. It was arduous work, but I couldn't have done it without help. Speaking of which, listen, you haven't been to the wilds east of the city, have you? I assume that's a no? Then have you seen a cartographer in the area? A human, about my height. He must have gone farther than I thought. His name is Girmund. He's my assistant, and I'm worried about him. I sent him to map the eastern wilds. I knew it would be perilous, but it's been a long time since he's written, even for him. I'm not assuming the worst yet. I'm sure he's just indisposed.
You know how many so-called adventurers I've saved out there?
It's an intrepid occupation.
3, this month.
As I said, if you find him and bring me his map, I'll be glad to pay you for it. I may even have more work for you. Thank the gods. At least coin will get me somewhere. If you find him, bring his work to my shop in Paradis, Aedyr. You're welcome anytime. I have quite the assortment of curios. Maybe you'll even buy one of my maps.
Well, that's our marching orders then. This one's mine. What's the target? Let's see what you got.
That's one for us.
This is the Hangman's place, or was. It's the Zarub's now. You take lead. Anything juicy? Maybe it has something to do with that wall painting in the other room. Let's check it out.
Aim where? Give me a target. What am I hitting? Where's my mark?
I'm no art critic, but I've never seen a mural like that. Looks like an elf and Zarep holding hands. What do you see? Why don't we ask Tehangan about it? It's her house. She ought to know something.
Well, please tell me I can go home now. And you found the leader, right? Like I asked you to? You're... All right, you're not wrong. But it may be more than that. Have you ever felt aimless? Like you ought to have a purpose, but you don't. Like you'd do anything to find out why you're meant to be here. That's a stupid question, isn't it? Of course you'd understand. An animancer told me that I might have half a soul. I finally had an answer. The question was, who got the other half? I thought if I could meet this person and see what they were like, I might gain some purpose or something. And then I came here and found a Zorip. But what do I do about it? How do I not think about what I can never have? I'm so... I've got to find some meaning in all this. I can't go back and I can't go forward. I'm just stuck here. Lost. Again. Well, when you put it like that, all I want is to belong somewhere. Maybe I'm just not meant to. I'm so tired. I should go. Thank you for trying to sort through this.
Oh, look, Paradis and ladder. When heated, the resin forms a hard coat that strengthens weapons and armor.
Incoming Zara. Who's ready for more?
Even Pargrun and walls can't stand against this place.
Right flank. Give me a target. Next one's mine. Come and get me!
Worse than run! For your sake!
Careful. Looks like spiders nearby.
Oh no, don't!
Worse than run!
Let's see what you got! Nice!
deadlier by the day. But people have to eat.
A rot seeps through here. Who poisons us? We cannot see.
Odd. Didn't used to be this overgrown. I can take care of that.
Coming in hot.
I got a bad feeling that Aedyr's jumping on. That's a bad way to go. It's almost like the symbols are trying to crush that house.
Let's see what you got.
Worse than rot!
Here it comes.
Right behind you.
It breathes. It is close.
Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the band, we'll talk after. Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the band, we'll talk after.
Take your best shot.
Worth and wrath!
See what you got.
Be your sake! Worth and wrath!
Over here!
Worth and wrath!
Over here!
Worth and wrath! Be your sake! Worth and wrath!
Take that, you monstrosity! Well done!
What happened to that bear?
Just like the good old days.
Poor bastard. One of Ludwig's poor soldiers. I never... Oh, my savior. Oh, thank the gods. Your arrival couldn't have been more timely. I wouldn't have stood a chance against that beast. I owe you my life. Oh, Ambassador Falchion Heelguard at your service. And you must be our Imperial envoy. Better late than never, I say. Keep it close until we're back at the embassy. I prefer to take bad news in the comfort of my office. Aren't you going to introduce me to your capable companion? Can he be trusted? I found it pays to be prudent about the company you keep in Paradis. The Empire doesn't have many friends on these shores.
Hey, not with that attitude.
I'm charmed. I take it you had business with the Claviger? Poor fellow. It was the bear that killed him, of course. This wilderness has been a little too wild of late. I'm no woodsman, but I'm inclined to agree. We heard alarming reports of a blight in the wilderness, and a strange corruption moving toward the city. The changes in the ecosystem are expected, but this one was progressing too rapidly to ignore. We tracked the corruption all the way here, but all we found was that creature gone mad. So, the rumors of plague were true. The situation is more dire than I imagined. We need a plan of action before whatever this is consumes the living lands.
We are here. Come to us. Commune with us. We've waited for you. Come.
What's the matter? Can you hear me? Well, that's encouraging. The Emperor trusts your judgment, and so do I. Whatever you think is best, I'll support it. You know something of our troubles. That much is clear. What would you have us do? You suspect a connection. Interesting. Aedyr is said to be filled with essence, soul stuff. Maybe the essence will respond to a godlike's touch. Oh, just be careful. The Emperor would never forgive me if anything happened to you.
Take it slow. We'll be right here.
It is you. Come closer. We feared you were but a dream. We wake from seasons of slumber. We have been waiting. A colony of insects. The many united by one purpose. Mycelia twining through the loam, taking and giving in equal measure. We are the ache in the land, the roots that run deep. And you are familiar to us. Our memories are fractured, but you too are alone in your strangeness. Godlike. This term means nothing to us. But why would you belong to another, shackled to their will? Shackled like us to rot and corruption. It spreads and festers and seeps and crawls. Poor bear. Poor us. Poor you. No, not its fault. Fear hides behind teeth and talons. We are afraid too. We fear the rot. It spreads in the bear, the water, the wild. It is an infection. A foreign body invades, the host fights back. We feel the pain of this intrusion. It overwhelms us. If an animal sickens after a fight, as it howls and sings its agony, what do you do? Nurse it, care for it, grow it like the vines. We were loved once, perhaps. We remember, almost. A thought, like motion in the water. The rot festers. We could suck the poison out, let green things grow in its place, and we could give you the gift of our healing touch. But a favor for a favor. Would you help us in return when we ask it? We offer you the power to heal and be healed, and you would wheedle and bargain? Decide, do you wish this power or not? A favor for a favor then. This place shall heal, and you shall know our power. Retire. New again this world, new again words. We will find you soon.
Incredible. Envoy, I don't know what you did, but that was miraculous.
You all right? You look like you were in a trance for several minutes.
What happened? What can you recall? Spare no detail. An attack on your very soul. Well, such an event could have killed someone, or worse.
Be careful where you go saying that. Nowadays, that kind of talk makes people nervous.
Inquisitor Ludwig will need to hear of this. I've agreed to share my findings with the Steel Garrote, as long as they do the same. Not that she has any interest in ecology. Ludwig is obsessed with our security. Sees enemies lurking around every corner. Perhaps, but danger takes many forms, some more subtle than others. The Steel Garrote provide us some much-needed protection, but they answer only to themselves. We have our interest in the living lands, and they have theirs, a mutually beneficial arrangement. Stay out of their way, and they'll return the favor. We'll talk more at the embassy. I'll ensure the Paradis militia give you free passage into the city. Envoy, what you've done here is truly amazing. Let's keep up the good work, eh?
Just watch your step. There are swaths of the city barely more civilized than this. Whatever the Inquisitors, she can't be worse, can she? You are full of surprises, envoy. I'd heard God Knights have strange powers, but I've never known one to heal an entire grove. Guess your Emperor really did send the right person for the job, huh? Still, you have your work cut out for you in Paradis. Enjoy the calm while you can.
The path to Paradis is a tad overgrown, but I can find my way back.